heart beats just a little faster right now, doesn't it? As they stand alone right now. No cornermen. They're just ready to make the ring walk for the biggest fight that boxing can make.
Welcome to Brooklyn.
Jamal, what do you make of the news of Willie Monroe testing positive? What was your first initial reaction and how did you find out?
Stamp him as unprofessional. Willie Monroe and his whole camp, Snack, we've been having problems with them in boxing since I was a kid. I've been hearing nothing about bad things about the Victor Conte dude. I advise any young fighter that if you want to get in shape, you do it the real way. You watch those Rocky movies, those Creed movies, them guys training on there, you don't see them taking nothing, doing nothing that's all natural. Some fighters can claim all natural, but they unprofessional. Get a load of that shit. That's all natural. That's what all natural means. That's what it look like. It ain't, you know, cheaters never win. And they never won. So, hey, we ready for December 22nd. I give a shit about what they do. I'm not a police. I'm not into none of the police academies or V.A.D.A training. It is what it is, man.
A lot of guys are Team Snack, including guys in your 160 weight class, Demetrius Andrade and Danny Jacobs.
Yeah, they all on bullshit. Trust me, that whole campaign, that Snack shit ain't even spelt right. Think about it. Then nothing is right about it. You know what I mean? They not professionals. They being caught up doing some scandalous shit too many times for us to get the key that whatever Snack is doing isn't right. Young fighters out there, if you're involved in the whole Snack program, I pray for you and I wish you the best. But look, it's all about doing what's right.
Yes, sir, from block to block to coast to coast, it's your boy Shadow Ghost. Keep your hands up, keep your chin tucked, and man, oh man. Sometimes you have to do your due diligence and research yourself before you put information out on somebody. Unless you've been living under a rock, this past week has been crazy for boxer Oscar Valdez. I've seen countless videos of misdirect and false information about him. And what's been surprising is that some of the videos has been from channels that I associate with. And I don't think a lot of them are purposely trying to like ruin his reputation or anything. I really feel like some of them are just ignorant about the situation, and that's not taking a shot at them. Ignorant just means a lack of information. I've been ignorant plenty of times in my life. I'm probably ignorant 2 or 3 times out of the day about some things. But this is something that you could have simply looked up yourself. And shout out to those underground channels that have made similar videos to the one I'm about to make right now, showing receipts and explaining the difference between USADA, V.A.D.A, and W.A.D.A, and why the WBC made the decision for this fight to continue, and why Oscar Valdez was suspended instead of his title getting stripped. And by the way, that's another thing that I'm seeing is people saying in a lot of videos saying, well, if he didn't take a PED, why was he suspended? We will be getting into that also. And also towards the end of the video, I will explain why I feel like personally that he's not totally innocent. But to say that this man was taking a PED, a performance enhancement drug, trying to cheat, basically trying to hurt another man in the ring, is basically defamation of character. And I would do this for any other boxer because I'm a fan of the sport. So with that, let's just get into this, man. I think a lot of boxing fans don't even know the difference between W.A.D.A, V.A.D.A, and USADA. So with that, let's look them up. First off, USADA. What is USADA? USADA is the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency. V.A.D.A. V.A.D.A is the Voluntary Anti-Doping Association. What is W.A.D.A? W.A.D.A is the World Anti-Doping Agency. Okay, now the important thing is, what is the difference between these three? Alright, the difference is that W.A.D.A is the organization that makes the guidelines. They make the guidelines for the testing association. V.A.D.A follows the guidelines of W.A.D.A. Let me say that again. V.A.D.A follows the guidelines of W.A.D.A. USADA also follows the guidelines of USADA. USADA is fully compliant to the World Anti-Doping Code. Also, man, it's also important to look at the key word under V.A.D.A. V.A.D.A is voluntarily, people. Athletes will volunteer to be subject to an unannounced testing at any time. So Oscar Valdez had a total of 30 tests prior to this test that he supposedly tested dirty. 30 voluntarily tests. It wasn't involuntarily, like he wanted to do it. He wanted to be compliant. That's kind of important because it's not like this was like something like a parole or probation or something like that. It's something that V.A.D.A is voluntarily. And both of them follow the guidelines of W.A.D.A. And if you remember, it was W.A.D.A. saying that amphetamine is not a PED. By the way, let's go under to what a PED is, by the way, because I think this is the most important thing out of the whole thing. What is a PED? Now, it's important to understand that according to whoever you ask, caffeine might be considered a PED according to some people because they're really, really strict. But when we're talking a PED, as boxing fans, people that are in baseball or football, we're talking like steroids, something that will make you faster, something that will make you stronger, your reflexes, your agility, something that will enhance those type of things that will give you an edge in your competition or your fight, or basically making you stronger, giving you the edge in whatever you're competing in. Amphetamine, however, when we look up, and by the way, I go to the VA, I'm a veteran, I asked my doctor what are the best websites to look up medications, and he told me WebMD and Mayo Clinic. So when you go and you look up what is amphetamine, right? Amphetamine is an amphetamine-like prescription medication used to suppress appetite. It's weight loss. It can help weight loss by decreasing your hunger, making you feel full longer. Also, when you also look under amphetamine, it's also listed under the drug class CNS stimulants, right? When you click under what is CNS stimulants and you go under all the names under there, you're gonna see amphetamine, you're gonna see all this other things, amphetamine and all this other stuff like that. You go all the way down and you're gonna see another drug under there called Vivarol. And Vivarol is also caffeine. So caffeine is also under CNS stimulants. It's an appetite suppressant. Caffeine is also an appetite suppressant. So this is what I'm trying to say. Like, so if a person drinks 3, that's why the WBC, Mauricio Suleiman said, it's like drinking 3 Red Bulls. And people were laughing at that and joking and everything like that. But I think what they were trying to do is give you like an equivalent to basically what is an appetite suppressant. Now, I'm going to tell you why I think like he was guilty for. W.A.D.A. is what makes the guidelines, but W.A.D.A. is voluntarily, and they have it as a banned substance. And I think that although W.A.D.A. does not have it as a PED, under W.A.D.A. they do, and he should have known that. But for people that is going around saying that this guy was taking something that was a PED, a steroid, or something like that. I've even seen a video where people were like, man, he could have killed somebody. Bro, last I checked, you cannot kill somebody by skipping a couple of meals. I'm just trying to put it out there. Now, for the fact that he took something that he knew maybe he shouldn't have been taking, I agree with the suspension. But this is why the WBC ruled the way that they did, because they went to W.A.D.A. and asked W.A.D.A., the people that follows the guidelines, and asked them, is this a PED? They said no. But the reason why I showed that clip at the beginning with Jamal Charlo was because a couple of years ago, Willie Monroe Jr., who was in the snack program, the president, I think the owner is Victor Conti, is also in there with Caleb Plant, Devin Haney, Demetrius Bubu-Andre. I mean, there's been a lot of controversy about that program and the owner. He's even been to prison for PEDs. I mean, for scandals, and so many baseball players their careers have been ruined. And I just find it hilarious that Caleb Plant is trying to really point the fingers. You know what I think he's doing? He's trying to make that excuse before he get his ass whooping that's coming to him. And he's trying to make it seem like the whole Canelo camp is on PEDs when it's an appetite suppressant. There is no PED that he was on. I know there's already going to be a lot of people that hit that thumbs down, but it is what it is, man. I'm not really about that. I'm pro boxing. I'm not here to help and make people's feelings feel okay. I'm here to try to just put out the truth of what I feel is the truth, man. If I put any misleading information out there, please let me know. And before I get out of here, I'm going to show a clip of a guy named Jay Beasy. Shout out to Jay Beasy. He's another person who's been trying to get the truth out there. Here goes a clip of his video talking about the snack and the whole Victor Conti situation and about how amphetamine is an appetite suppressant. Check this out.
The WBC has decided to sanction the fight between Oscar Valdez and Robson Conceição, which means Oscar Valdez will not be stripped of his title. They said on July 22nd, Oscar Valdez tested negative. Then they said on August 13th, his A sample and his B sample was positive. and August 30th, he's back to negative. The banned substance he tested positive for was phentermine. Phentermine is an appetite suppressant, a prescription medication used for people who has obesity. It's not a PED. It doesn't enhance your performance. It may help you to control your weight better, which we know Oscar Valdez has had weight problems. And since it's not a PED, I don't even think it should be on the ban list. And I think that was the determining factor why Valdez to get stripped, because phentermine is not an enhancer. And I understand where you're coming from. It's a banned substance. It's on the list. He should be stripped. And you have a valid point. And I'm not even arguing about that. I'm just telling you why they didn't strip him. And Valdez did not get completely off the hook. It looks like from this day forward, the WBC will be keeping an eye on him. But we shall see. Look like Mr. Sweet Hands is already trying to make excuses when he loses November 6th. Bringing up the past, saying Canelo cheated once, he will cheat again, and that's how he will beat me. That's what Caleb Plant's mindset is. Having the public think the only way Canelo could beat him is being on PEDs. Saying Canelo's whole camp is suspect, and Alvarez and Reynosa should win Bitch of the Year. And meanwhile, he's with Snack. Victor Conte, CEO of Balco, the Balco scandal, he was providing professional athletes banned performance-enhancing substances like steroids. Victor Conte did his time, did a little short stint in prison, came out and started Snack. Right away, that should be suspicious. I'm in no way saying they got illegal substances, banned substances. I'm not saying nothing like that. But Willie Monroe Jr. was with Snack, and he did test positive for a banned substance.
And that was a clip from Jay Beezy. Go to Jay Beezy's channel, and shout out to all the other underground channels, or maybe I'm not sure if it's even underground. It could be a known channel. There are channels out there that are trying to put the truth out there, because there's a lot of mainstream channels, people that have thousands of followers that are out there trying to tell you that this man is using steroids, and it's just not true. But with that, man, this is Shadow Ghost, and until next time, I'm out.